Welcome back to Lambonews. Today's car of the day, the Overflood Tyrant. And yes, I'll make my podium vehicle review eventually, but we have a serious topic. By the way, the car is $2.515 million. So, NCSO7, if you guys remember him, he's featured in a lot of my videos. But,
yep.
Hey man.
I'm here.
So,
I'm going to be talking about this.
So, anyways, yeah, I hope you don't mind if I explain some of the stuff here.
Yeah,
but,
go ahead.
So, NCSO7 made a video a long time ago, or I think it was actually last month. He made a video titled, Tyler, when did you make this video?
I was like, I don't know. Oh boy.
Sometime in June. Let's just say sometime in June.
It was in like the middle of June, like maybe June 18th or June 19th. I don't know.
It was in June. That's all we need to know about this. So, it was in June. NCSO7 made a video titled Tips for Zakpak 3: The Problems with Zakpak. And we already made a video about this on our news channel, or news segment anyway, of the channel, but we got some update information. Zakpak's fans are now actually kind of going on NCSO7's video and starting to kind of attack him for this whole thing, even though NCSO7 really didn't do anything wrong. And I got some comments here on Zakpak's video that he made, because he actually made a video defending himself. Alright, he made a video titled Addressing Some Drama, ... oh boy. And it's a very idiotic situation, but of course we got NCSO7 here today to kind of go ahead and explain the whole situation, why these people are wrong for doing this, and also why this shouldn't even have happened in the first place. Because if I'm being completely honest here, this whole situation is kind of bullshit. So now, NCSO7, go ahead and explain this whole thing, what really happened here.
Alright, thank you, Nerfmaster. And yes, so I made a video in June, like tips for Zakpak 3, and this was kind of my last video because I was getting a little fed up with some of the stuff that Zach was doing, so I was like, okay, before I leave, I'm going to make one last video to try maybe send him on the right path. Just give him some advice, because I want to help, I want to kind of get him on a good trail before I leave. And 2 days after I made that video, Zakpak actually responded and basically said no to the criticism I was giving to him. And we talked about this before, so I'm not going to get too into the details. Ultimately, we got into an argument where I basically just left like that, and that was it. I made a video called Dealing with like the Tips for Zakpak 3 Aftermath, where I basically just talked about the argument and why it was stupid. And that was it. I was not expecting anything else. I was not expecting anything else. And then, literally today, after I'm done eating, like having supper and like spending time with my family, I look at my phone and I go to my notifications and I see that there's like a comment saying, like on my Tips for Zakpak 3 video saying like, just trying to get attention. And I was just like, I knew somebody was gonna try and say this. So, and I clicked on the comment just to see like, maybe I wonder what the comment section is like. And then I noticed that there were like 3 comments that were made within like 3 hours that were all hate comments, basically like, oh, I can't believe you made this hateful video, and like, who gives you the right to tell him what to do, and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, and then I checked the like to dislike ratio. There is 7 likes and 18 dislikes. That is not normal. I knew that was not the like to dislike ratio before. So I went to Zakpak's channel and he ultimately made a stream trying to defend himself and make me look like the bad person.
So the way he kind of did this whole thing, he kind of like switched the situation fully around. And Zakpak really... He's
trying to play the victim. And what's funny about this is that I actually didn't, and that this happened earlier today. I was not expecting anything like this. I thought after like that Dealing with Tips for Zakpak 3 Aftermath, that would be it. Maybe a few of his fans would find the video and just leave a hate comment. I was like, whatever. But something about seeing those 3 comments within the same period of time made me really curious. And to see that Zakpak ultimately made a video, literally a few weeks after it happened too. A little late to address this, Zach, if you're watching this.
I might send this to Zakpak if I can, if you want me to.
Don't. No. I don't care. But, like, and he basically defending himself. about a drama that happened like a few weeks ago, and ultimately trying to spiral it out of control. And a lot of his fans then started going to my video and basically saying, like, oh, you hate him, you hate her, what gives you the right to boss him around? He gets to make decisions because it's his channel. And it's like, you know what, I was trying to help him out. I was kind of telling him what to do, but because I wanted to help him, I was giving him advice that I would hope he would take to grow his channel. And I'm not trying to be hateful. As much as angry as I did get in the video, it was never intended to be hateful. It was simply put just a video that I made because I wanted to send him on a good path. I wanted to help him one last time before I took my leave. But no, he had to get his fans going after me, and it's honestly really sad. I didn't expect this, and it's super sad.
Now, here's the thing, everybody. So, when NCSS7 makes these tips videos, not hate video, tips videos. Alright, we're trying to help Zakpak out before NCSS7 was leaving. So, he was going to leave Zakpak's channel. So he wanted to at least leave him on the right path. And for Zakpak to kind of go out of his way to spiral that right around and make NCSS7 look like the bad guy is truly
Zach is basically just playing the victim, essentially, so that's what's happening.
And this is actually a common trend with people that are very egocentric. They always put themselves in situations where they play the victim. I know this personally. I was egocentric at one point. I always did that. And, you know, I stopped that now. I'm a much better person now. And I'm...
Thankfully.
Yes, I'm sure that people that helped me out through the situation would be very proud of me right now. But this is not about me. This is about Zakpak. Zakpak, you need to listen here. You need to lose the ego, admit that you were wrong, or something like that.
And I don't think he watched the whole video, and he said, oh, because a lot of this stuff we talked about this outside of the video, and it's like, how do you even know the points I made if you didn't watch it? How does that make any sense?
I think he watched the video in his video.
Maybe, I don't...
Yeah, I'm looking at some of like the stuff here. It shows like some stuff from your video.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe he did.
But before this whole situation, the Twitter battle, he had not even watched the video. So, and I know that NCSS7 also made a video. Oh my God, there's like a freaking firecracker going off outside my house. God damn. But anyways, though, it's by the way, just while I can, happy early 4th of July, everybody. But yeah. But anyways, though. That aside, oh my God, I just had the scarf flying. But anyways, NCSS7 made a video about this whole situation after this happened. You know, Zakpak would not even watch the video, so he made a video titled, you know, dealing with the aftermath of tips for Zakpak 3. I
didn't feel bad because this whole argument was public, from what I know. So I didn't have any issue in making a video about it. Because if you're gonna like make these dumb excuses when I'm trying to help you and give you advice, I'm gonna make a video about it, and that's it.
So, I'm also gonna be reading some comments from the original video here.
I'm sorry I had to get to this point, Zakpak, but you did this. You spiraled it out of control.
Now, I am gonna be reading some comments from Zakpak's video and kind of responding to them publicly. But first, though, I kind of want to address a reply that I got to my own comment on NCSS7's channel. And if I can find the original comment, I'd like to be able to find it.
I haven't.
Here we go. Found it. Alright, so here's the comment that I got on Zakpak's video. Or, not Zakpak's video, NCSS7's video about the tips video. My comment was, lots of great points made. You did an excellent job of making this. And he did. He did a very good job. And thank you for featuring me in this video. And yes, I was featured in that video. It's in the other voices section. You know, he did a lot of stuff in that video. There was the 3 strikes, the other voices, the negativity, the Battle of Bikini Bottom up overload. There was a lot of stuff that he made in there, and that'll be important later on for one of these comments. But this guy, DJM Sketch, all in the one, basically said, question, do you even watch Zach? If so, how much of him would you say you have watched? please tell me, what does this have to do with the argument here? And also, what does this have to do with my own comment? Like, I said lots of great points made. The video was more about Zakpak having kind of an ego and everything, as well as also making repetitive content.
He might think he doesn't, but he does. It's very obvious based on the way he treated his critics.
And I do have experience with this because, as I said before, I was egocentric at one point. I didn't even know it until I started to kind of look into that and like, oh, these people are right. I need to stop that, and I did. So Zakpak doesn't know it yet, but yes, Zakpak, you are very egocentric. And like I said in the video, I'm gonna repeat it here. The fact that you're willing to lie to your fan base to cover up the fact that you don't like a game is very egocentric. Please stop that, Zakpak. Stop trying to lie your way out of this one because it don't work on me. Alright, it don't work on me, and it sure as hell does not work on NCSO7 because we can see right through you, dude.
I can see. I know what this is. I know what's going on because I can tell from the behavior what's going on behind the scenes.
And also, let's read some I'm gonna park this car in the garage first, and then we'll read some comments from not tips for Zakpak, but we'll read some comments from Zakpak's response video. So here we go. So this guy says here, me sees title. Oh, he's just bringing something up. Nothing wrong here. Also me sees the length of the video. Adios. JK, I'll be back in like an hour with an edit note. And then here is the edit note that he provided. Edit. Okay, after watching, it's pretty much TLD. Our opinions are opinions, and you are allowed to like and dislike whatever you please, if shown to be reasonable. Now, as a content creator, or a public figure of any kind, on anyone for that matter, as long as you're not in the wrong, do anything illegal or harmful to anyone or anything, and you're on the positive majority, you are free to continue whatever you're doing. But the thing is, though, he is somewhat kind of doing something harmful to someone by turning his entire fan base against NCSO7.
Yeah.
So that's not really a valid point here. So I'm gonna have to say that maybe this guy called Ethan Mastercrafter is kind of on NCSO7's side with that argument. I could be completely wrong on that, but...
And I think a lot of people took the video as me saying, like, oh, I hate Zakpak's opinions,
That's not the point.
That wasn't the point. Or he should not do Battle for Bikini Bottom. Oh, even though I'm pretty sure I said in the video that I never intended it. I know Zakpak very well. He knows I never intended something. Like saying that I don't know Battle for Bikini Bottom videos. I'm just saying, like, add a little variety. What's so difficult about adding some variety?
Yeah. And
this whole thing was truly childish.
Now, this guy, the Mighty Emerald, has commented, TBH, to be honest, who is he to tell you how to do your channel? And I can see that argument. Okay, I can see where he's coming from. Yes,
I know what he means.
It does look that way. It does definitely look like NCSO7 is trying to tell Zakpak, you should do this, or I'm leaving. I can see what you mean. But at the same time, though, you make it seem like NCSO7 is doing something wrong. But reality checks in and says, you know, he's just trying to help Zakpak to send his channel in the right direction. And by the way, I know this might not mean anything to anyone, but NCSO7 has a hell of a lot more subscribers than Zakpak does. At least I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's about
I have, like,
double the subscribers.
Yeah.
So,
he's not listening.
If anything, that does show that NCSO7 has a lot more experience with this whole thing, because, you know...
I have a lot of experience with this stuff. I mean, I've made so many tips videos that I've honestly learned what to not do on YouTube, and thankfully, like, I'm glad these situations sort of happened. I mean, I'm not happy that this whole witch hunting thing happened, but it's like, doing these tips videos does definitely tell me what to not do on YouTube, so that's one benefit.
And, you know...
Like, it tells me to have a variety of content, to make sure that I'm being reasonable.
Yeah, and this whole drama thing here is just insane. But...
yeah.
Actually, I don't even know what that had to do with it. Anyways, though. So, this guy, Joseph McWilliams, is a perfect example of some idiot that's just taking Zakpak's side because he likes the channel. Ignore him, your videos are awesome. And you also put a second comment on here saying, I know I've already posted a comment, but this guy is so dramatic when he says, I'm done! Oh, crazy! Your videos are amazing. Don't listen to that bully. Calling NCSS7 a bully, yeah? Well, how about this? I'm gonna prove you wrong
in the streets?
I'm gonna go ahead and prove you wrong right here, right now. NCSS7, look no further than the title, Tips for Zakpak 3. I know the problem with the Zakpak is in that title, but just focus for a second on the tips video, tips video. So basically,
I'm pretty sure
you guys
a lot
don't
of people
see the strategy here. NCSS7 is simply pointing out the flaws of Zakpak's channel in an effort to help him improve. But you guys are taking it the completely wrong way. And honestly, Dr. Phil is a god. Posted here. To be honest, I think you're both acting childish. This was definitely not the way to handle the situation. He's right. He's definitely right.
I will agree. This whole thing was childish. Like I said before, this was childish. But he spiraled it down when I was just trying to provide him just some advice, just a little advice. And he just spiraled it so out of control that it led to this. Just because he didn't want to listen to my criticism.
And, you know, I agree with him. I do agree with Dr. Phil here. And Zakpak actually responded to this. I'm going to go read Zakpak's response here. He says, I'll admit, me making a video about this is childish. You're right. But he made our beef public. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What the actual...
the whole argument was already public. I don't have
Exactly. It's public on Twitter.
If you think you can just treat your critics this way, no.
He says, so I figured I might as well actually defend myself. So if people actually watch this video, I can point them to this one. So you're basically admitting that you're just making this video for the point of... I don't even know what to say at this point. This is ridiculous. And if he had just dropped the issue after our argument, I wouldn't have made a video at all. He basically did, Zakpak. He really did.
Yes, I talked about the argument, but I honestly don't care because you can't just treat your critics this way. And it was already public in the first place. Anybody could have seen it. Seriously, this was not a private conversation. This was not DMs at all. This was completely public. So I don't know what you're trying to say there. And I dropped it at that point. I wasn't going to do anything else, but no. God forbid I give you advice to help you. God forbid, I guess it's a crime. I guess I may as well stop making these tips and problems videos because, oh, helping people is wrong. It's a crime. And I'm just an evil hater of Zakpak. Seriously, this whole thing is just ridiculous. And I knew this sort of thing was going to happen. Like, I will be honest, I did kind of picture Zach making a video trying to retaliate or basically make propaganda against me and that his fans would probably go after me. I had a feeling something like that would happen, but I honestly did not know it was going to be now. I thought it would be way earlier. When this whole thing was actually relevant.
And now, you know here, I'm going to read one more comment and then I'll give my final opinions on this whole situation.
And then I'll give my final opinions.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to read two of them because they're both really short. But, this guy... Loyalty Brown, I guess some people put out videos to make people look bad. And I mean, I don't know whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Are you on Zakpak's side or are you on NCSS7's side? Because this actually looks a lot more like NCSS7's side because Zakpak is basically putting this video out to make NCSS7 look bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. He's playing the victim, making me look like the bad person who hates his content.
Despite the fact he's just trying to fucking help him.
That's all I was doing! But all I wanted was a little variety from your channel! Is that so hard? Good lord! This whole thing is absolutely ridiculous, and I can't believe Zach actually acted like this.
And now here's the...
It'd be one thing if he made a video, but I honestly am just annoyed at the fact that he tried spiraling it. If this isn't egocentric, then I don't know what is.
Now, you guys might have remembered something, and this is going to be important for this comment that I'm about to read. Remember, in the tweets, if you guys have watched NCSS7's video, you know this. In the tweets, and NCSS7 asks Zakpak, who would you rather impress, the people that have been with you for a long time, or the babbies? Here's a perfect example of a babby. The guy that says he is just a hater. And the people respond, a mega hater. Exactly. And, you know...
And also, if you guys don't know what I mean by babbies, I'm basically talking a bunch of people who don't really know Zakpak and just some of the worst human beings ever.
They're
it's as bad as like
little
it's as bad as some of the Persona 5 fans where they just act really stupid and have. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. That's for some other time if I do.
Here's my final opinions on this whole situation. I'm gonna drive my car while I go over this whole thing. And this is gonna be kind of long, so my car will probably be at the end of the highway by the time I'm done here. But this is gonna be interesting. So, Zakpak, and this is me talking directly to you, Zakpak, if you're watching this. Actually doing the making the responsible decision, and not only making this stream sooner, but also making it truthful. You decided instead to turn on make your critic look bad.
Why not just accept the responsibility for what happened and just move on?
Yeah, but NCSS7, please don't interrupt me. But
sorry.
It's alright, just don't do it again, please. But it's like we always tell you, learn from your mistakes, man. But anyways, though, Zakpak, instead of making that responsible choice of not only making the video sooner, but also doing something similar to what Shane Dawson has recently done. It's basically called taking accountability. Instead, you decide to make your critic look bad and use your entire fan base as a weapon against him. So,
I mean, I'm very certain. I mean, I didn't see the stream yet, but he didn't see my video, so screw it. But I don't think that Zach probably intended on it, but it's gonna happen regardless. When you make a video regarding someone else, some of your fans will probably see that video and then they'll start witch hunting. Like that's what's gonna happen. Like if he just shut up about this, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
sorry.
But it's justified, alright? It really is justified.
I'll explain my thoughts later, but yeah, you continue.
But you decided to use your fan base as a weapon on him, pretty much, by making this whole video. And, you know, Zakpak, I want you to just go ahead and take a nice little hard look in the mirror. What do you see? A guy that has good content and is doing everything correctly. Or a guy with an ego, and this is what you should see. You should see a guy with an ego that needs to change and not treat his critics like the bad people. Because in reality, people like NCSS7 and even me right now, we're just out here to help you. But you're denying our help by doing this kind of shit. Stop being an asshole. Accept our criticism for what it is. It's just criticism. And as a public figure, by being a YouTuber at all, you are basically a public figure. And if you can't handle it, then get off this platform. That's all I can say. If you can't handle being a public figure and being criticized, which, by the way you're doing this, you clearly can't, then we don't want you here. At the very least, I'm sure there's people that do want you here because they just want your SpongeBob content. But that's not what you're known for. You're known for a variety of stuff. Stop overloading us with Battle for Bikini Bottom content. Stop treating your critics like crap. And don't even try to deny the fact that you do that because this is clear evidence of it. And finally, you need to apologize to NCSS7 for this whole thing. Please apologize. It would show that, at least somewhere in that soul of yours, you do have some maturity. You're 22 for fuck's sake. Start acting like it. I'm sorry if my opinion seemed very hostile there, but that's just what I think of this whole situation. But at the end of the day, guys, those are just my opinions. But now let's go ahead and hear what NCSS7 has to say about this whole situation. Go ahead.
Zach, I mean, like you said before, I didn't expect this to not happen, but Zach, this is just seriously immature. All I was even doing was just offering criticism in an effort to help you, but you ended up taking it way too personally and made way too big of a deal out of it. I know I made a tips for Zach, like 3 aftermath video, but it's like, that's it. I honestly thought you would have acted on this sooner. I don't know why, but maybe you were debating whether to watch it or not. I don't know. But the thing is, you can't just be like that to me. I agree with Nerf Master. You need to apologize to me. I'm not gonna go to your channel ever again, but like, if you apologize to me, at the very least, I'll accept it, but I'm still not returning. But after all the stuff you've done, I didn't have respect for you before, but the fact that you even had the nerve to start... This whole thing was just completely idiotic. We already talked about it a bunch. I don't want to get too repetitive, but like, this is all because I wanted to help you. You took it way, way, way too far. You just took a simple ounce of criticism and just started playing the victim like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing what I want. It's like, I never said you can't do what you want. Do what you love to do. I'm not stopping you from that. But I want you to at least have some variety. That is seriously all I meant. It's fine if you have Battlefront Bikini Bottom videos. That is completely fine. I don't have a problem with it. But I have a problem when you start milking stuff. It is completely obvious. If you look at your channel, you will see that you've made a lot of SpongeBob videos, even before the game's release. I'm just saying that. And also, what Nerfmaster said, and I 100% agree, if you can't handle criticism, then get off this platform. If you don't have thick skin, then get off the internet, because that's not where you belong.
Now, there was something I wanted to point out here. You said that he was actually making videos before the game came out, right?
Yeah.
There's someone else that did that. You know who it is?
Who?
Somebody else was making videos about, and I know this isn't a Nintendo game, but it still is relevant. Someone was making videos about Grand Theft Auto 5, basically clickbaiting the game, before it even came out, and that was Mr. Boss for the win.
I mean, this isn't like clickbait or anything like that, but it's milking. That's the thing.
Yeah, and he's making the same Mr. Boss was making the same content about always GTA 5, every single time. That's why I say it's relevant, because... You know?
Zakpak, he's turning a blind eye. You're turning a blind eye to this, thinking that it's now a big deal. But in reality, it is. It is a big deal. I only made this video to help you, but God forbid I even try to help you. Because after this, I mean, I don't know what to say. Just wow. That's all I'm going to say. Just wow, Zach. I'm honestly just impressed.
Wow, indeed.
And I can't believe his fans are this idiotic to start calling me haters. Although, to be fair, I'm prepared for it. I am prepared.
Yeah, even I kind of expected this a little bit, but I kind of just put it behind me, just saying, no.
I put it behind me too. I had a feeling that maybe some fans would see the video if they did digging, but no. He actually did this, but that's all I'm going to say. I think we've made it abundantly clear at this point what we're talking about, so.
Thank you, NCSS7, for... this is where we'll end this video, then?
Yes, thank you for having me. I don't know if I'm going to do a video about this on my... I'm not sure if I'm going to do a video about this on my actual channel, like... I do
if you want me to be in
channel,
there, I'll be more than happy to help you out.
I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in the first place. We might give you guys updates in the future, maybe. I don't know.
Now, anyways, though...
Depends on the severity of this.
I would like to thank NCSS7 for joining me today. I'd like to thank everybody else for watching this video.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, anytime, my friend. But, that will be the entire news story for today. Yeah, car of the day, overflood tyrant, everything. This situation is just absolutely ridiculous, and that's all I have to say on this now. I'm Nerfmaster11 Lamborghini, and we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.